Okay, well, let me just get started. Child. It is a time in the land. Morning. Mm. Girl, let me tell you what has been going on with me, girl. Hey, everybody. Everybody, hey. Ooh. All right, let me turn that down. Hey guys, how are you, girl? Oh Lord, let me turn this foolishness down. See, I come on here with foolishness. Hey everybody. Hi Anthony, LA, Tamika, Emily, Miss Vanna, baby, Kristen, love of mine, Tiffany. Tiffany say, bitch. EJU, Oliver, Elisa, Marika. Girl, thank y'all. I missed y'all too. Hey Timon, how you doing, boo? All right, so let's I really don't know where to start, but I guess a good place to start is at the beginning, yeah. That's about the best place to start is at the beginning, girl. Okay, so what had happened was, okay, hi brown skin, how you doing, boo? And if I didn't speak to anybody, I'm sorry. Everybody. Okay, hey girl. Hey guys. So y'all, I have been so freaking busy. Okay. Now, let me start off, girl, by talking about some health issue situations that's been part of my issues. Then we're gonna get into to the foolishness, child. Good afternoon, Annie. Well, it's evening here, but good afternoon. We're from where you are. Queen Isabella. Hey, boo. Thank you, Marika. I'm glad you enjoy. Hey, Toby. Girl, brown skin girl. I've been in everything but a hearse. Okay, a hearse. Everything but a hearse. That's where I've been in everything but a hearse. All right, so let's start off with this. Okay, so y'all already know that your girl suffer from, back issues because I told y'all, okay, for those of you who've been following a mama for a while, y'all know that I have a partially slipped disc in my back, okay? And and for those of you who don't know and you're new, girl, welcome, girl, but it's a lot of foolishness and foolery. Get ready, go down here tonight, okay? So welcome, girl. um Yeah, because when I was younger, I had fell down like a whole flight of steps like a couple times, okay? And it did not surface, the problems with my back or my disc in my back. It didn't surface until after I had my last child. My last child, she was 9 pounds and 3 ounces. So the pressure of that heavy baby for the whole entire 9 months that I was pregnant, I guess it took its toll on my spine that already probably had some issues from when I fell when I was younger. Okay, so I've been dealing with that for since what, '03. Okay, because my daughter's 15 now. So yeah, since '03. That's when they diagnosed me with it. Hey Tavria, hey everybody. Jessa Boo. Hi Jessa Boo. Okay. So I already have issues for that. And they gave me medicine like years ago for it, which I very rarely take it. Like I have to really, really, really be in pain to take it because it makes you like really sleepy, and I don't like that. Um, so anyway, then I told y'all about, I think I had like a little bit of carpal tunnel, when we had that Arctic weather that was going on out here this winter. And I told y'all how, my hands, everything is aching. Okay, so over 5 years ago, I thought it was like carpal tunnel. And I was telling the doctor, that when I press right here, it tends to help, with the pain. So like when I squeeze my arm, it kind of helps. So he said that it has something to do with the nerves. So he told me, all I had to do was purchase a splint and then put it on tight, and then it would squeeze the nerves and it would help. And for a long time, guys, that really did help me. Okay, for a long time, that really did help me. I think I got one right here to show y'all. But child, this past week, now this is not why I haven't been on YouTube, but I'm just telling y'all what has been going on while I was gone from YouTube, from the YouTube streets. Okay, I haven't been on the YouTube streets, girl, because I've been extremely busy. Okay, let's just start with this. Extremely busy. So now, anyway, so this is the little thing that I could put here, and you might see people who really do like have carpal tunnel or something like that, or nerve damage. They'll wear this. Okay, so for a long time, this worked perfectly. Like, it really worked. But for the past week, it hadn't worked. And it had gotten so bad that I literally just walked into the clinic, because they have like walk-in hours, certain times that you can actually walk into the clinic. Otherwise, you have to have an appointment. So I walked in the afternoon, and I have to get to y'all's comments, at the end. I'm sorry. But hey, everybody. Yes, Veronica, I do have a subscriber count. However, ma'am, it's on private. Okay, it's on lock. Okay, YouTube allows you to put your subscriber count on lock so that only you can see, only I can see them. Okay, so my subscriber count does not show, and that was the choice that I made. Hey, lovely, how you doing? So yeah, so anyway, let's just keep this moving. Hi, Control Q, how you doing? Yeah, so anyway, mm, now, girl, look, check this. Now, this is some foolishness, foolery, and fuckery. Now, when I first learned that they had, walk-in hours, I always put like all the information in my phone numbers, addresses, office hours, if it's like a business, because I like to, know when the office hours are. So I've had the office hours, I've had the walk-in, the walk-in hours that you can just walk in without an appointment. I have all that information in my phone. So I went there during the one set of walk-in hours in the afternoon. The lady gonna say, well, do you have an appointment? I says, no. I said, isn't this the walk-in hour times? Oh, well, we don't really have that anymore. And I'm like, what do you mean? This is the information that I have, that I can just walk in if I'm sick and be seen, or if I'm not feeling in my favor. She went back to talk to the doctor, and asked if he would be willing to see me. Now, he saw me. I was so grateful, and he is an excellent doctor, guys. Like, I absolutely. My doctor, she wasn't there at the time. She had already left, but this guy is so good. Like, I'm actually thinking about switching to and letting the people know that I want him to be my doctor. Like, the lady doctor that I had, she's a very nice lady, so I'll probably keep her for like my female issues if I can. But him, yeah. Well, anyway, so I'm telling them about this pain, and usually I have the pain in my arm due to the nerve issues. But child, that pain was radiating from here. It wasn't even really hurting here. It was radiating from here up through like the back of my neck. And it was literally causing my head to hurt. And it was like no position that I got in would help it. So child, oh, and excuse me, I need a battery in this smoke detector. Girl, I know. Look, just wait for it. So anyway, so he said, he was going to order some tests. He wanted me to go get an x-ray done. And he also told me to go to physical therapy, for my back. I'm gonna end up switching it to water therapy because that's what I really want is water therapy. But anyway, so he sent me to physical therapy. I had my first appointment yesterday, and that was excellent. Well, anyway, and so he, wanted me to get an X-ray done, and he also wanted me to get something done called the EMG. Okay, not an EKG. An EKG is where they put the little tabs on you and check your heart. Not that. It's an EMG, and it's some kind of test that they do on your arms to see, like to check your nerves and your strength and all that kind of stuff. And he said once the X-ray and the EMG test results come back, then we can go from there. So they got the X-ray results back. The EMG test is not until a couple weeks from now. The nurse called me the other day and she said that, the X-ray showed that I have stenosis. And what stenosis is when your spine, it's narrowing of the spine. Okay. So my spine has become narrow and it's pinching my nerves, like it's putting pressure on. That's why it's so painful. Okay. And all this stuff got to do with the back because, it's the lumbar, something about the lumbar disc in my back that has issues. The stenosis. Okay. But they want me to wait until I get the EMG test done. And then once I get those results, then, go see the, is it the neurologist? Because it's right here. I don't know. Anyway, I got to go see a specialist. I don't know if it's a neurologist, but I have to go see a specialist. So, so that's, that's what's going on with that. And when they do the EMG, they're going to take like little needles, like acupuncture type situation, and put them, because they have to test the nerves, they have to test my strength, and da 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 da. Anyway, so I got to go get that test done. That's coming up. Okay, so that's what was going on with me there. Like I said, none of what I'm telling you right now that situation had nothing to do with me as far as YouTube, because like right now, it's hurting right now. It never stops me from, doing this, and it's never that much pain that I don't want to come on camera. Thank God I have not been depressed. I have not been sad. I have literally been busy. So here we go to the next foolishness and foolery and fuckery, okay? Riding down the street. Was it the same day that I went and got my X-ray done or the next day? Well, anyway, if you are... LA said that's a lot. And so I have neck issues and fibro, so I know how it could be. Hope you feel better. Oh, thank you, boo. Yeah, child, my spine is narrowing, and the girl is pinching on my nerves, and it's coming from here. Oh my God, it hurts so bad. Now, the medicine that they gave me way back in 2003 to help me from, one is for inflammation and one is a muscle relaxer. And that's for my back. And like I said, I rarely use that medication. Like the medicine that I had, like it expired because and it's filled. Like I have bottles filled of that medication because it expires. So I told the doctor, that, my medicine expired and I need something because my Excedrins wasn't even helping the situation. So he gave me a fresh script for it. And for some reason, it hasn't had the effect on me that it used to have, as to why I would try not to take it unless I really needed to, like the sleepiness and stuff. It has no effect like that, thank God. And it really helps. Like it totally helps my back, and it helps this whole situation. So thank God I have some kind of relief, for that until they figure out what's going on. I'm just going to let you all know right now, I am not. Oh, and another problem, another reason that's causing this, my breast is big, okay? So being as though my breasts are big, right here, okay? So, that's part of my issue too. My breasts are big, they're heavy, and it tends to make your posture go like this. So, and when I went for my therapy yesterday, and they put this thing in my back here. It's like it was like this firm type thing. Say like if you rolled up a towel, the thickness of it and the firmness of it, and they put that thing had me sit up. So they're helping me so that I can get my posture right. Because if I get my posture right, it could possibly help my situation. Being as though my because it's causing me issues, and that usually qualifies you for breast reduction surgery. But that will be a no. I am not. Okay, when I say I am not getting breast reduction surgery. I'm not getting no spot, you know, no surgery on my back. I'm not getting no surgery on my arm. I'm not getting no surgery on my breast. Hang it up. Give me therapy, give me some pills to help me with the pain when it gets out of order, but I am not getting surgery, so they can hang all that up. Yeah, April. Hey, boo. Hey, Elisa had a breast reduction due to very bad back pain. Yeah, your insurance will cover it. You know, if you take your bra off and you see really, you know, deep indentations in your skin, then that's because your breasts are heavy. And it could qualify you, especially if it's hurting your shoulders and your back. That qualifies you for breast reduction surgery as far as insurance is concerned. But I'm not interested in that whatsoever at all. I'm not interested in that. I don't want to hear it. I'm not like me and the girls. Yeah, we good. So anyway, okay, so that was that foolishness and that foolery. I'll give y'all an update when I get the EMG test done, when I go see the specialist, and let you all know, what they recommend, whether it be surgery or and someone was telling me something about decompression, which doesn't include surgery, some kind of decompression. As a matter of fact, I've been seeing it on a commercial, not here lately, but way back when. Something about decompression where they put you in this thing and they press something so that it could help or something like that. So anyway, I'm sure there are other options other than surgery. So anyway, and I'm sorry, I'm not really watching comments. So I apologize for that. Okay, so the next order of business. If you guys are following me on Facebook or Instagram, by the way, my Instagram is EYESMARRIEDNOW, lowercase letters, no spaces. If you've been following me on Instagram, you saw that I posted the two babies, the big, gentle, giant baby puppies that we had got. Girl, let me tell you the story about this. Now, I posted the pictures. Let me tell you how I got those dogs. And then let me tell you how I don't have those dogs anymore. And then let me tell you the other bullshit that transpired since then. Okay. Don't have them beautiful Mastiff puppies anymore. So we were riding down the street. Okay. Close to home. We was riding down the street close to home. We saw those two puppies that I posted on my, where I had pictures of them. They were like kind of running and it was like three ladies, like just kind of trying to, like, they were, petting them and we was like, oh my God, look at those cute little dogs. And we was, whenever we see like really nice dogs or whatever, we'll stop and say, oh, what kind of dog is that? And how old are they? Blah, 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 blah. So we saw them, patting the dogs, and, like everybody was just kind of standing around looking. I'm like, well, what's going on with these dogs? So my husband stopped and we, rolled the window down. And I thought the lady had said, do you guys want some puppies? And we was like, heck yeah, well, yeah, because we want another dog. Y'all know I have Gabby and Bella. Also, Gabby and Bella was here. Was it the day before or 2 days before we had got those puppies? I posted that picture. Gabby and Bella were the dogs that we had previously. But when we moved to New York, where we was living at when we first got here, we couldn't have dogs. So we gave them to my husband's cousin. And those dogs are like spoiled. Like they're also where I had posted that big, thick piece of steak that she sent for them to eat. Like those dogs are absolutely spoiled. They wear dresses. They dress up for Easter. She sent them with little T-shirts in case it had got cool. Like those dogs are good. And we still get to see them, you know, and all that kind of stuff. And then she allowed us to, you know, we wanted to keep them overnight. So she allowed us to get them, you know, like we still have interaction with them. Like we have visitation rights to the doggies. Okay. But yeah, well, anyway, so I had them overnight and that went well. I was glad to see them. And then I think the next day or 2 days later is the situation with the puppies. Okay. So I thought the lady said, you know, do you guys want some puppies? And we were like, yeah. And she was like, oh, they're yours? What she said was, being as though we had stopped, she thought that we were the owners of the puppies. So she was like, she said, do y'all own these puppies or whatever, something like that. I had it wrong. So I was like, oh no, I thought she was asking us, did we want any puppies? She said, no, I'm trying to find out who they belong to, because she literally had got out her truck because the dogs were running around and she didn't want to hit them. So she got out her truck, got them on the curb, and she was just kind of, two other ladies had walked down the street and they was just kind of like hoping someone would drive by and say their minds. And she was like, I don't want to leave them because I don't want them to run in the street, but she couldn't take them. Like, y'all saw those massive puppies on those are huge. To be puppies, they are huge. Those dogs can get up to like 200 pounds, and they can come height-wise to like, I'm 5'4", they can come like up to my breast or maybe right below my breast when they get older. So even though they're puppies, they're huge. So I was like, okay, no, we're not the owners. I thought she was asking us about free puppies. She says, no, we just don't want to leave him. I said, well, you know what? Because she couldn't take them. The other two ladies, they was barely walking on 2 feet. Like, one had a cane, one was limping. So I know daggone what they wasn't trying to take. So we was like, well, you know what? We'll take them. You know, we didn't want to just leave them there. They couldn't take them. So nobody was trying to take them. I wasn't going to pull off. My husband wasn't going to pull off and just leave them. So we was like, we'll take them. And then what we did, we told the lady and I said, do you live around here? And she said, yeah. I said, listen, if the owner, you know, if you happen to run into the owner or anybody looking for dogs, or you see a sign that says someone's looking for them and we don't happen to see it or see the people, we gave her our number. We said, give us a call and we'll give them right back. So she said, okay. So we did that. And then, you know, we were looking around to see if anybody posted signs. So what ended up happening was the person that lost the puppies, classmate had posted something on Facebook saying that, you know, these dogs, you know, they were looking for these dogs. And somebody else that's friends with my husband on Facebook that knew my husband, knew we had just got these puppies, had called him and says, it's posted on Facebook saying, and they, you know, they had a picture of the two dogs. They look just like the dogs that we had. And they were saying the dogs were lost. So we hit them up on Facebook. I hit the lady up on Facebook that had posted it. But then she had the name of the friend who she was posting it for. So my husband had called him on Messenger. And, you know, the man was absolutely like ecstatic that we had found his puppies. Because we had went out and bought all kinds of stuff for the dogs. You know, like they needed leashes because them dogs are heavy. Food, toys, you know, we really just went out and bought a bunch of stuff, you know, for the dogs. So got in touch with the guy at work. He said he was at work. He didn't get off till 11 something at night. So we agreed to meet him somewhere to give him his dogs back. So we met up. He was so excited. And, you know, we gave him the dogs back and we asked him, you know, what are the dogs' names? What are their real names? And blah, 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 blah. So that all went well. So the guy was like, you know, I really appreciate, you know, y'all doing this. I'm going to give y'all some money. But I lost he said, I couldn't find my bank card before I left the house to come meet. So he said, call me after 9 tomorrow. And I'm going to give you money for keeping out dogs and taking care of them, you know, and whatever. So, and he actually, you know, did the very next day, gave us $100 for finding his dogs for one and keeping them and taking care of them for that time. It was only like 2 or 3 days. So that went well. Okay, now, child, let me tell you. My husband and my son went to a concert, okay? I think it's Red Man and Method Man concert that's going on out here at the Canal Side in New York. And so My husband was at the concert, him and my son. My husband calls me. I can barely hear him because, all the music and stuff, all the, the concert was going on. And he was like, baby, you and he told me and our daughter, can y'all go and see, go back to the area where we got the dogs from when the people was trying to keep them from running the street. Go back and see if you see the dogs. The guy just called me and said that the dogs are missing again. And do we mind going out to try to see if we can find them again in the area where we saw them? But his kids or somebody called him and told him the dogs were gone again, and called me. So he called my husband. So my husband said he couldn't do it because he was at the concert. So he called me and asked me, could I do it? And so, child, I'm like, oh my God. So I'm hurrying up because we fell in love with those dogs, like they are gentle giants. They were so sweet. Oh my God. Their temperament is just like, out of here and went looking. Like I went everywhere. Okay, I went to the area where I went, and so I was anybody that I saw, I'm like, did y'all see two dogs running around? The first person that I asked, I just saw one brown dog over here, and then there was a girl walking up the street. And I was like, Miss, when you were walking, did you see two dogs? She said, two brown dogs? I said, yeah. She was like, I just saw a guy down by the stop sign, and he was asking people, did they know who the dogs belong to? And he was walking up some street. So I went down to the street where she said she seen them. And it was two people outside. And I said, hey, listen, have you all seen two brown dogs? And he was like, oh, yeah. It's a guy, and he lives on the street behind. He said it was a guy just on our street asking around about who the dogs belong to. And he says he lives on the street right directly behind us. And he even gave us the guy's first name because the guy left his first name. I guess he said, if anybody is looking, tell them. Trying to figure out who the owners was. So I went back to the street where he told me the guy lived, and I'm looking around and, like asking the people that's outside, nothing. The one last guy that I saw, he was out front with his dog, letting the dog use the bathroom. And I asked him, he says, yeah, a guy had him, and he pointed me to that street. He said, and then I went to that street. I didn't see anybody. The people that told me that the guy's name and stuff, he happened to be riding in his car. He was like, you didn't have any luck yet? And I says, no. I said, but this guy said that he saw them on your street. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, just around. So I did not find the dogs, okay? But I got the information as to what the street is where the man who was looking for the owners lived. Now, don't know no address or nothing. The man said the dogs was wandering around in his yard, and he was going to call the police and see if something the man was telling me. So I was a little upset about that I wasn't really upset to give the dogs back to the owner. I was actually glad that the true owner came forward, but I was upset that the dogs is missing again, and they may not end up, what I'm saying, in like a good place, and like, because when we brought them dogs home, man, them dogs were so thirsty. Like, I don't know how long the dogs had been missing, but them dogs was extremely thirsty and hungry. For like 2 days straight, them dogs couldn't get enough to eat, couldn't get enough to drink. So I don't know if they had been wandering around for a couple days, just willy-nilly. Like, I don't know. I think when we got in touch with the guy, he said that like 2 days ago. So for 2 days, I don't know. Anyway, so I didn't find the dogs. We're going to try to call this guy later on tonight or tomorrow and see if he had any luck. But yeah, I'm like really upset because my thing is, okay, first of all, how did the dogs get out your yard? So if you found them, you know, we came forth with the dogs, then you should have figured out how did the dogs get loose the first time. Is it a situation with your you know, you have a like, because sometimes dogs can do like this and make a dip under the fence so that they can get under there. Or, you know, if you don't have a lock on your gate, maybe it's easy to push it open. Maybe one of the kids left. Like, I don't know. Figure out what the problem is so you don't lose these dogs again. And so I'm pissed because I'm like, okay, so now you done lost them again. So apparently they got out of the yard again. So now I'm upset because I have no idea where the dogs are. I don't know if this man ended up calling the animal patrol because those dogs are huge. The guy that found them might not be able to keep them until something, you know, until somebody comes forth. So, and he was saying something about calling the police to try to figure out, like, I don't know what the deal was with calling the police, but apparently the man can't keep the dogs. And so I'm like, golly day, these dogs are probably going to end up in the pound. What is it, the SPCA or whatever the place is where they take dogs, and then if don't nobody purchase them, then they put them to sleep or something like that. So I'm just a little bit stressed out, sad about that situation, because like we started to love them dogs, but we were okay with them going back to the owner because they was used to the owner, you know, and I'm sure they loved it because those type of dogs are very loyal, good family dogs. Like they're very good with kids. Like they're your best friend. Those type of dogs called Mastiff, if I haven't said it, Mastiff, Mastiff. Very lovable. So I'm just saying. Well, see, here's the good part. The man that told me that the guy who was looking around for the owner lived on the next street over. So the guy took the dogs with him, and he said he's just going to keep them in his yard and see if anybody, you know, comes up with something, or he might just call the police. So luckily that guy got him, and he wasn't going to just let him go astray. He told the guy his name, and he said, I'm going to keep him in my backyard until I figure out what to do. So that's a good thing, knowing that they're not just wandering around and getting hit. Hopefully the guy will give him some water. I'm sure he will. He was nice enough to take him back to his house after he looked around. So that's the good part. The bad part is if the guy doesn't catch up with whoever the dogs belong to, then he'll probably call and get the, if he called the police, they're just going to call animal patrol, and then they'll take them, I guess, to the SPCA, and hopefully somebody will adopt them so that they don't get put to sleep. I don't know. But so that's one good thing, knowing that they are somewhere and not just running around. Hopefully the guy, you know, kept him in his yard like he said, or whatever have you. Like, I don't know. But that was but while we had the dogs, I'm telling you, it's just like having babies, man. I'm trying to tell you, when I tell you that me and my husband took turns, the dog slept. My husband, okay, so my husband slept in the room with the dogs that night. I didn't sleep in the room. The next day, my husband was like, you know what, it's your turn. So my husband slept on the couch and I slept in the room. And when I tell you, them dogs had me up every hour until like 2 o'clock. Now, it could be maybe they missed their owners. You know what I mean? I mean, like, we were new people in their lives. And even though we showed them love, they may have genuinely missed the owners, the kids, because the guy who they belonged to, he said he had bought those dogs for his kids. So they probably had gotten close to the kids and everything. So I'm thinking they were whining at night. Well, one of them was whining. The other one was fine. Ramsey was the one that kept whining and getting up. Like, he was like restless, and like every hour I was up taking them dogs out. Like, they peed and pooped like a lot. So every hour I was getting up, taking the dogs out in the yard to let them use the bathroom, trying to train them to keep them from doing it in the house. And okay, so we went to bed at like 10 something. So I was up every hour until like 2 something. It was just like, what? I got to get up and change a baby's diaper and give them a bottle. Like, wow. I hadn't done that in like eons. So at 2 something, they finally both relaxed, went to sleep. I woke up at like 5, and I was like, oh, geez. they slept for because it was like 2:40 when they finally, well, like I said, it was just the one that kept me up. So about 2:40 they went to sleep. I woke up at 5 because I had to go to the bathroom. Now, mind you, they stretched out on my floor. One of them is stretched across the door to the room. The other one is stretched across the closet door. But regardless of where they were laying, if I got up, because they followed me to the bathroom, like them dogs followed me everywhere. They literally followed me everywhere. If I went to the bathroom, they was there. If I took a shower, they was there. Like they was just like babies. So when I woke up at 5, I was like, oh man, I do not want to wake these dogs up to go to the bathroom because then they might be up for a while. And child, lo and behold. So I got up to go to the bathroom. Of course, they got up, followed me to the bathroom. I let them outside. The birds was chirping. It was very teeny light going on. And the birds was chirping and stuff. And so they used the bathroom. And I said, okay, so we all done went to the bathroom. Let's go back to bed. Child, we get never of them dogs get wrestling and playing with each other. They was just like, it's morning time. We up. You woke us up, so we gonna stay up. Child, them dogs wrestled and played at 5 o'clock in the morning. I was like, oh my God. And they're big and heavy. So when they wrestling and they bumping up against the bed and blue, like you can't sleep. So they finally went back to sleep like 2 hours later. But golly day, it was just like having babies for 2 days. They not trained, so they, we was constantly cleaning up poop and pee, and we went out and bought the little doggy pads and child, I have never used so much Pine Sol and Fabuloso and scrub brushes and Carpet Fresh. Like I have never used so much in a couple days period of time as I have those couple days that I had them dogs. It was a lot of work, but we were okay with it because, they were puppies and, they got to be trained and child. So anyway, yeah, Tiffany, that was so nice of the guy because we wasn't like asking him for any money or anything. Once we heard that they were on Facebook looking for the dogs, it was just like, okay, fine. We'll give them right back, no problem. But he offered. So it was like, okay, well, I'll just say, okay, he paid us $100 for babysitting for 2 days. Because that's how long we had him, like 2 days. I think, 2 or 3 days. Speaking of paid us $100 for babysitting, child up. These people that I know, some cuckoo girlfriends, did she go to London? Her and her husband went somewhere on a vacation for a week. And they have a dog. So they had to put the dog in a daycare. They have doggy daycare for like when you go away. So, child, when the lady that went away, she sent her mom to go pick the dogs up because they weren't coming back until Sunday. And the daycare is closed on Sunday. You can't pick the dogs up on Sunday. So she asked her mom if she could pick the dog up. Child, why that bill for 1 week? The dogs went to the daycare that Monday. That Friday, the grandmother was picking them up. The bill was $368 for a week of babysitting a dog while the parents went on vacation. And I was like, really? Oh, okay. Okay. $368 for a doggy daycare. Okay, girl, bye. Anyway. Yeah, so that's that's how all that went, girl. So that's the deal on that. So the dogs are missing again. Like I said, I don't know if that man is going to get them dogs back this time. Because like I said, nobody had the address. The guy didn't leave his address. He just gave his name and said, I live on this street here. So I don't know. The man, we passed the information on to the owner that whether he going to go up and down the street on both sides and knock on everybody's door to find the dog, I don't know. But, we did our good deed. So that's all. That's the only thing I can do. Like I can't, there's nothing I can do about it. And you know what I noticed this about babies and puppies. if you notice, you go out and you buy all these little, you know, play school or whatever the little tots, the toys, you know, toys for your babies. You buy all these Rubbermaid toys for your babies to play with. But when they start crawling around, do you notice that they like to go in your cabinets where all your pots and pans and stuff is? And they can get in them cabinets and just have a good time playing with pots and pans. You went out with all these toys and they rather go in your cabinet and play with your pots and pans. These doggies, okay, like I said, we went and got leashes and collars and dog pads, dog food, treats, toys. So we bought them some rope toys and these little ball toys. Each one of them had the same toys. When we would let them, they would go outside in the yard. And if it was a branch, it was this one branch about this big. They would literally play with this branch the whole time while they're out back they're supposed to be going to the bathroom so they can come back in. They sitting out there playing with this branch. And I'm like, they love the branch more than they love the toys that we bought them. So I'm like, geez. Yeah. So anyway. Oh, man, child, it's just been a time in the land, child. I'm just trying to tell you. A time in the land. All that talking, girl. I'm tired just from all that. So anyway, let's see what else I got to talk to y'all about. So, yeah, I went to my, wait a minute, hold up. Okay, yeah, so look, I went to, shout me out. Hey, Miss Johnson, how you doing? How you doing? And I love you too. She said, good, yay. So guys, look, I'm sorry. I'm sure that I missed a whole heap of comments. I'll just have to go back and watch the replay and see what you guys all said. So I apologize. It's hard to kind of keep up with comments and tell a story because, you know, you're telling a story and then you're trying to see comments and then you lose track of where you at. And, you know, so I'm not, I'm hungry. I'm eating from Twitter. Yeah, so, girl, Chad, that was a lot of talking. I'm tired. Yeah, $300-something. What she say? We have a hard time finding a place to take our dog just because he's a pit mix. Oh, child. So they won't take him at the daycare, April? Oh, she said one place will take him. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, April, if they was chipped. They didn't have on no collar. They didn't have no tags, no doggy tags. They had nothing. They were bare-boned. So I was just like, well, geez, okay. So we were going to go and actually get them registered and take them to the vet and everything. That's, you know, we was just kind of waiting around just to see if we had heard anything as far as an owner before we went and spent money registering them and getting their shots and getting doggy tags and all that kind of stuff. Because out here, you have to register your dog. So, but like I say, we didn't want to spend all that money doing all that. And then, you know, boom, somebody claim them. Well, thank you, Aisha. I appreciate it, boo. But girl, child, it's been time and I've been busy. Y'all, I already told y'all that we had to fire two guys that was supposed to be doing the paint, girl. Girl, bye. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm watching TV. And here's the part about them guys, them two guys, okay, that I told y'all we had to fire, and when they left, they had stole something. Okay. The first guy that was fired that stole something, we actually had something very, very, very valuable of his, okay? Way more valuable than the tool that he took from us, okay? So wait for it, okay? I ain't gonna tell y'all right now, but wait for it. The other guy, he took something and he left his hammer. So I said, okay, we exchanged tools. You stole one of our tools. We got one of your tools. It's a good hammer, good old heavy hammer too. So I said, okay, we broke even. Okay. I'm just saying. We broke even, okay? But yeah, that first guy, something very, very, very valuable. Child, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Anyway, girl, let's just keep this thing moving. Ting! So yeah, guys, thank God I have not been depressed. I haven't been sad. I haven't been on a YouTube slump. It's been so busy. And then, like I said, when we got them dogs, those two doggies, it's just like having babies, but maybe 2-year-olds just running around and getting into everything. That was those two doggies, okay? So I didn't have time, child. Them dogs was chewing up everything, okay? Everything. We had to move all our shoes. I had 2 boxes that I had got from the post office, and I had them sitting underneath of my coffee table because I was going to take them to the office and do the come talk to y'all and do a box opening and everything. So I had set them under there until I went to work the next day. Child, when I tell you that dog was under there chewing on that box, but luckily they didn't get into the box. They was just like chewing the ends of the box, but I didn't know it. So they must have been doing it like, I don't know. They was all, they was trying to chew up shoes. Like we literally had to proof our house, doggy proof the house. Because they grabbed my curtain and pulled my curtain down. So, child, I just been, like I say, dealing with them 2 big babies, and then doing what just personal business, girl, and work, girl. Let's not leave that out, girl. So anyway, that's what's been going on. That is what had been going on. Oh my God. All right, so let me see what y'all talking about. So I'm sorry, guys, I've been gone, but Tara, it's been a time in life. I'm just trying to tell you, hey, Tanya, how you doing, boo? How you doing? Hi, Majid. Thank you, Majid. I think that, that's one of my gifts, my sister told me that you get your heart from your mama and you get your brains from your daddy. And I think that has a lot of truth to it because my mom is just like that. Like she's so caring and so willing to help and go like the mile to help anybody. And I am that exact same way. I really am. And I told y'all once before, I'm a philanthropist. Y'all, that's the part I don't really share a lot of that on here, but I mentioned it before that I am a philanthropist. And that's just what I love to do. For those of you who don't know what a philanthropist is, girl, Google it, okay? But no, philanthropist is like a person who likes to like help like the homeless people and do things like that. Feed them, give them clothes and stuff like that. So I have something that I've been working on, trying to get the blueprint together for it, that I'm working on for feeding the homeless in the next upcoming weeks. Feeding them, giving them, clothes or in bags that has like all the items that they would need. For instance, everybody that's homeless is not crazy, not mentally disturbed or challenged, or alcoholics or drug addicts. All homeless people don't have those issues. Some homeless people are homeless for other reasons. They got down on their luck. They lost their job. They lost their home. Like they legitimately got homeless. They don't have any family nearby or whatever. Everybody that's homeless is not homeless because they have problems mentally or drug problems or alcohol problems. And then you have some people who are homeless in the sense that they don't have their own home. You could be homeless, meaning you don't have your own home. You might be living with your cousin. You might be living with your brother. You might be living with your aunt. You might be living with your mama. You're homeless. You don't have your own home. A lot of people, when you say homeless, they think of you literally are out in the street, but you could be homeless and be living with somebody else, not having your own home. And also the misfortunate people, like, let's say, what's the right word for it? It's a lot of people who have a roof over their head, but they don't have food. They don't have clothes. They don't have furniture. They don't have anything. So, you know, maybe they work and they working paycheck to paycheck. So they only have enough money to pay their bills. And there's no money to buy food. So, you know, that's where the philanthropy stuff comes in, where you help people, you help the homeless and the misfortunate people. Even people who have homes, but they may have very little food or no food at all, or just enough food to feed their kids and not them. You know, like, you just never know. That's my passion. That's what I love. That's what my mom loves. I don't talk about it a lot on here, but I had mentioned it once before. So I'm working on a couple drives for the homeless. One of them is where I'm feeding them, and I'm calling it Hunger Hurts, because hunger do hurt. You know, if you ever hungry and your stomach start growling, like, it start to hurt after a while. You know what I mean? So that's where I came up with Hunger Hurts. It's a drive that I'm doing to feed the homeless. Then I want to do another drive to give them bags with everything that they would need. Oh, that's the reason why I was telling y'all that everybody that's homeless is not mentally retarded or have issues with drugs and alcohol. It's some people that's homeless, but maybe they can, you know, maybe they go to like fast food places to wash up and stuff. And they're capable of working, but they don't have the means. They don't have soap, they don't have deodorant, they don't have toothpaste, they don't have attire to dress proper enough to get a job so that they can get up enough money to rent a room or to rent an apartment or to stay at a hotel. Like, they just need some help. So that's one of the drives that I want to do, where I'm actually putting everything that you would need to fix yourself up so that you can try to get a job to help yourself out. Soap, lotion, toothpaste, toothbrush, I mean, you know, a tie, you know, a suit jacket or something, you know what I mean, to try to help them to get, you know, what they need. Lord, how did I get on that subject? Oh, I know how, because Majid said that I have a kind heart, and I was saying I get that from my mom. That's how the whole me talking about the philanthropy stuff started, because I don't usually like talk about it on here, but you know. Exactly, Vanna baby. That's right. Shit happens. She said maybe the water bill got too high, but they have a house. Shit happens. Yeah, shit happens. That's why I was saying everybody don't have mental, drug, or alcohol issues. Because I know a lot of people, you know, when people be out there begging for money, a lot of people say they don't like to give it because, oh, they ain't gonna do nothing but go get a drink, or they ain't gonna do nothing but go get drugs, they ain't gonna do nothing but do this, that, and the other. And there are some legitimate homeless people out there who really aren't trying to buy a drink, or who really aren't trying to buy drugs. Maybe they trying to get a little bus fare so they can get back and forth to work. Maybe somebody gave them some clothes so they can go on an interview and get a job, but they need a little money to get them to their first paycheck so they can, you know, rent a room or something. Like I don't know. Like, people, there's a lot of people that's homeless for different reasons. So I try not to judge, you know, because you don't know people's story unless you ask them, and they can tell you. Yeah, Majid, like, I hate that. I don't worry about what a person is going to do. If somebody's begging for something and I got $1 or two or change, whatever, I just give it to them. Because at the end of the day, the universal law will handle anything that's not right. You know, you do what you're supposed to do because, you know, it's the right thing to do. If you give that person money, if, say, like, for instance, they say they just want to go get a sandwich, and you give them money and say, okay, God bless you. And they take that money and they go buy a drink, or they take that money, they go buy a pack of cigarettes. So they lied in order to get something out of you. That's not on you. You did your part. So you're going to get blessed. you know, you have to give to receive. So you're going to receive because that's just how the universal law works. What you put out, you get back. So you don't have to ever worry about whether or not they're going to go do something opposite of what they told you. You do your part, and they have to, the universal law will come back around. What you put out, you'll get back. So they lied to get what they wanted or whatever have you. You know, it's called the universal law. I'm going to break it to y'all like this. People in general call it karma. Church people call it reaping what you sow. And let's see, church people call it reap what you sow. People in general call it karma. And then some people call it the universal law. What you put out, you get back. If you put out negative energy, you're going to get negative energy back. If you put out positive, you're going to get positive back. That's just how it works. You give, you're going to get back. It's called the universal law. That's for spiritual people. Spiritual people say universal law. Church people call it reaping what you sow. And just people in general say, oh, that's karma. Yep. Hey, Oliver. Yeah, you know, the energy you put out is the energy you will see. Yes, Kathy. Yes, you're absolutely right. And I had to learn that the hard way. Trust me. I had to learn that the hard way. But we all live and learn. When a homeless person has been honest and said, hell, I just want money for a drink, I have given it to you. And you know what, Tiffany? I have too. Because you have people who will just be honest about it. And just because they was honest, I will give it to them. So I've done that before too. Yep. Yep, Kathy. What you put out, you definitely gonna get back. Cheryl said there was a woman on TV that became homeless because she got sick and got fired from her job. It was such a sad situation. She had a good career. Exactly, Cheryl. See, so that's stories like that. A lot of people are homeless for a lot of different reasons. It's a lot of people that's one paycheck away from being homeless. To keep it real and all the way 100. There's a lot of people that's one paycheck away from being homeless. It happens. And you never know when it might be you or me or any of us. You just never know. Yep. So anyway, so that's my little philanthropist or philanthropy, you know, situation. But yeah. And my mom, that's her passion, helping people. And she used to go around and collect, you know, cans and stuff to give to the soup kitchens or the, what do you call them? Soup kitchens or pantries or whatever. You know, pantries sometimes get low and people constantly going to the pantries, you know, because they need food. And so my mom used to go around and collect cans and all kinds of stuff, perishable items, non-perishable items, and load her trunk up with that stuff and take it to a shelter or wherever, like, you know, so. And it's good to teach your kids this kind of stuff too, about helping people who are less fortunate than you are. And it might help kids that maybe if you have kids who are very ungrateful and unappreciative, take them out there and show them good deeds like that and show them, you know, this could be you. This could be me. You know, this could be your dad. This could be your family. So it's good for kids. Wait a minute. What is that? Oh, Majid says she donates to local churches. Who are you talking about, Vanna? Who are you talking about, Miss Vanna, baby girl? Girl, don't you throw her under that bus. No, she helps. She helps. Stop it right this minute. Elaborate on this more when I get off this live, but you know she will help anybody. Behave yourself. So anyway, guys, yeah, so that's what's going on. That's what's been going on with me, just extremely. Okay, I'm gonna call. I am. As soon as I get over here, I'm gonna call you behind because you're gonna get a spanking. Right now, right this minute, you're gonna get a spanking. We're gonna talk about this. So, oh, speaking of which, y'all, let me show y'all. Wait a minute, let me see if I got it in my book bag. Wait a minute, let me see. Don't threaten me with a good time. Hey, what's wrong?
Cheryl asked me what's for dinner. I'm like, yeah, she said she did 2 hours ago.
Oh yeah, she did. Well, first of all, I went. Did you talk to that guy again? Did he finally find?
I have no clue what you're talking about.
The dog situation.
Oh, he hasn't called me back.
I went around there. People saw the dogs. The one guy on I forgot the name of that street. He said it was a guy walking around asking people did the dogs belong to him. So he said the guy lived on some street, the next street behind him, and he gave his name. And I went looking.
What's his name?
Well, I ain't gonna say it on live.
Okay, just remember.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to deal with that in a second, so don't worry about it. So how was the show?
Man, it took 2 days. Man, it took so long to come on. Man, me and Deshaun's legs and feet and tired. Man, we was tired as hell. We've been up there for over 3.5 hours.
And they didn't come on yet?
Man, when they came on, it was 9 o'clock. And we stayed listening to a few songs and shit, man. We was done, man.
3 hours and they hadn't came on. So who all else was there? I thought it was just Redman and Method Man.
I told you the opening act.
Well, the opening act was 3 hours long?
It's always the opening act.
And who was it?
It was a few other artists from New York City that's up and coming, and then they had the DJs and stuff like that from Buffalo. And shit, man. I mean, shit, we had a good time. My phone went dead. I didn't even get to record Method Man. But shit, man, they had a good time. Oh, he did. Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to come talk to him.
Yeah.
All right, guys, listen. Let me go.
It was just too damn long, man. My damn feet tired.
I'd have been cussing.
Man, shit, I told Deshaun next time we go to a concert, we ain't leaving to go to the, we're not gonna leave and go till like around 7.
Yeah, they need to tell people when the main attraction is coming, but see, they do that so they can get them other ones. See,
I told you that from last year. Remember, I told you, and you was debating me. I'm like,
I was saying that you don't. You know what? I'm gonna get you all the way together when I get off this live.
Just say you was wrong.
I wasn't, because you can't go by last year because things change.
Anytime it's a main attraction like that, it's always an opening act.
3 hours long?
Sometimes it is. Shit.
Well, if you knew all that, why you go there on time then?
See how you turn shit around?
Shit. All right, here I come. Oh, yeah, Miss Cheryl. I hope so, too. Yeah, so they went to the show. I told y'all they went to the concert. The Redman and Method Man concert was tonight. And they on the ticket, okay, these concerts used to be free, okay? But now they charge $5, which is still not bad for a concert, okay? So now they charge $5, but you got to go to this consumer place to get the tickets. So we went and got the tickets the other day for him and my son to go. Get there at 6 o'clock. He said the Redman people didn't even come on until 9. So 3 hours. You got the, and it's not like it's an arena where you can sit down and relax if your feet get tired. This is like an open field. So you just out there walking around and whatever. 3 hours? I'd have been pissed. Thank God it wasn't hot like a firecracker. Like that last week was 91 degrees. Tyria said no eating show tonight. You know what, Tyria? I don't know, honey, because it's already 10 o'clock and I'm so tired. I just came on here just to talk to y'all, let y'all know what's going on, because I know I've been gone for about 5 days or so. But girl, I'm gonna try to get back into the swing of doing this channel, you know, Juicy Tingles, Sleepy Time, and all that stuff. I'm gonna try to get a sleepy time done, because I have a whole bag full of empties, y'all. Like, this is the most empties that I've collected. You know, like, I don't think I've ever did a empties with this many empties involved. And I do those on my Sleepy Time ASMR channel for those of you who are interested. So I'll see, because I'm not gonna make no promise. So if I don't, please don't hold me. But definitely I'm gonna, you know, try to get back on track, girl, you know, tomorrow, and so on and so forth, child. Only if it's the Lord's will, child, because I don't know. But I really wish I could help y'all tonight with some tingles, but child, mama is tired, okay? I've been up all day. I've been working home. I've been working at the office. Like, I'm tired, okay? And when I say working at home, I mean, like, I was up this morning after the kids went to school, cleaning the bathroom, in the kitchen doing stuff, washing clothes. Like, it was a lot of stuff that I had to do in-house before I went out the house to go to work. Then I came back home from work and more work. So I'm tired. But I wanted to come on here and say something to y'all. Child, after doing all of this, I'm really tired. All this talking, girl, I don't talk this much in real life. All right, what Tiffany say? Did Meth Red ever come on? I don't know if it was Red Man or Meth. I think he said Red Man finally came on at 9. But he said he only listened to a few songs and then they left because they had already been there 3 hours walking around and eating and doing. So they were tired. So they just listened to a couple of Redman songs and left. So, I mean, I'm sure he came on, but they left. I think he said Redman was the one that came on. Thank you, Toby Boo. Oh, you like the empties, Miss Cheryl? Well, child, I got a bunch of them, girl. So tune in, child. Oh, Kathy loved the empties too. Okay, wonderful. Sassy. Okay, well, wonderful. Okay, thank you. Method Man was promo purposes. Girl, but see, and I don't mind that. Like, if I go to a concert, I usually go to concerts that's indoors. I've been to outdoor ones, except for the one down, what's that place down by the harbor, Banner, where they have concerts sometimes. It's outdoors, but it's got seats and stuff. I don't mind that if I have a seat, because I'd have been pissed 3-4 hours walking around and waiting for the main event, and my back, I got back issues. I can't stand up for no 3-4 hours walking around acting a fool. But anyway, look, guys, let me go. I love you guys, and I'm sis, I'm gonna get with you, okay? Just give me a minute. I gotta go down here. Yeah, Pier 5. That's it. But you can sit down, so it's not a problem. But 3-4 hours standing up waiting for these people, girl. I ain't got time. But I love you guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Be back on regular schedule, on the regular schedule program, girl. Only if it's the Lord's will, child. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button, girl. Make sure you subscribe if you're not already, girl. And make sure you share this foolishness and this foolery with all your good girlfriends, okay? Girl, bye. Okay, bye, everybody.